This video is brought to you by TrainSignal, your home for IT training products.
Welcome to TrainSignal. You're watching the Getting Started with Google Apps mini-series, and we're going to be covering in brief how to build web pages and have them actually hosted with Google. Now, there's a couple of caveats with this. If you want a lot of dynamic content, that's not really what Google's really offering to us, at least at this point in time. We're really looking at static web pages that may have a couple of Google gadgets in them. So let's go ahead and get started with this. First of all, we're going to take a look at how to actually make sure that when someone goes to your domain name, www. and this is in SaaSTrainingOnline.com, that they actually see the web pages. So we need to do a quick change of the URL, and we've actually covered this in a previous video, but I want to cover it one more time. We're going to make sure that we specify that www.SaaSTrainingOnline.com is the actual website that people are directed to. So we're going to hit continue, and now we need to go back into our total DNS control settings or whatever DNS control panel you may happen to use, and make sure that www points to ghs.google.com. So let's take a look at that. And I'm here in my control panel again. Right now my www record points to the @ this host. So let's go ahead and make a change to that. And we're going to have the www point to ghs.google.com instead. Oh, looks like it's asking us to put in our... Probably going to have to edit this out. All right, so we're going to alter our item here. And again, this has already been pre-recorded. And now take 2. All right, so let's double check our record. www now once again points to ghs.google.com. We're looking good. So let's go back to Google Apps and tell Google that I've completed these steps. And now we should be ready to start editing our web pages. All right, our web pages URL has been completed correctly. So let's go into the web pages editor. And we're going to start with the home page, because we always have to have some kind of home page to begin with. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add in our logo first. Let's go to the image section. And I've already pre-uploaded an image for this. If we want to upload an image, however, we just go to the Browse button and we select the image that we'd like to bring in. And we hit on Add Image. We're going to use the one that's already here. And you'll notice here that it starts off in a center alignment. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go over here and throw this item onto a left-hand alignment. And now I can add in my subtitle. Your source for software as a service training here. All right, and now I can come down to the next box and start adding in content, and I'll just put it in a placeholder. Insert content here. And then just for kicks, I'll do a quick copy, and I'll paste a bunch of it in there. And now down here, I should put in a footer. And so we'll do a quick copyright. All right, so there we go. All right, so we have a very basic page here. We can obviously take a little more time and start putting in more stuff. Real quick, let's just put in a header. All right, so we'll throw this guy in there. We'll throw it in a heading so it's nice and big and bold. All right, now we start off with a very basic template, but Google actually does have a lot of neat templates that are available. We're going to click on Change Look here and take a look at the templates that we do have. And I'm going to select something that's got a little more jazz to it. And we'll stick with something that's fairly conservative. But I'm noticing here that we have a white logo against a gray background, so that may not be the best choice. We want to make sure that we're getting something that our logo blends into. There we go. That's looking pretty good. All right, now if you'd like to, or if you'd prefer to code in HTML, there's a Edit HTML button down at the bottom. We can actually move into an HTML editor and hard code stuff if we want to make very specific alterations in the code. All right, so that's looking good. Obviously, over here we have all kinds of other items in our control panel. It's very easy to add in a link, and so we'll just simply specify this as a train signal to take us to trainsignal.com as a link. I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. And you notice that we can also put in links to our own pages, our own files through documents and spreadsheets, docs and spreadsheets, or if we want to put in an email address, we could do that as well. So there's all kinds of really easy to use items in the mix in this particular editor. Now, if we want to change the layout, we can do that, but I'm thinking that for a basic beginning point, this is good enough, so we'll click on Save Now. And we'll click on Publish. And now our page has been published. We can actually go ahead and view it directly on the web right here. Let's go ahead and do that in a separate tab. And now you see that we have our own web page hosted here. Now, if you notice up top in our URL, currently it's using that squirrely URL. Let's go ahead and use our regular URL. And let's see if we have, looks like GoDaddy hasn't quite updated their items yet, so it might take just a little bit for the CNAME to be registered and the updates propagated out to the DNS. Sometimes it can take about an hour, sometimes it takes about 48 hours, depending upon what's happening on the web at the time. So you see that this is really an easy to use system. When you want to create new pages, you simply click on Create New Page, and we can create and then immediately begin to edit our page here in the really neat Google Page Creator. So friends, that completes our quickie tutorial on how to get started with the Google Page Creator. Happy editing!
This video was brought to you by TrainSignal, network admin's #1 choice for professional IT training, where you'll find videos on Microsoft, Cisco, Linux, CompTIA, and more. Come visit us today at www.trainsignal.com.